Welcome to a very special edition of The Ripple. What makes it so special? Well, for one thing, you can see the lower half of my face. But more importantly, I'm not here to talk to you about programming today. Instead, I'm here to talk to you about friends, and specifically the Friends of the Roseville Public Library. I'm actually in the basement right now. Some of you might recognize this space from the Friends monthly book sales that they used to hold down here several years ago. We don't do that now. They're always in Aaron Auditorium now. But we still use this space for storing all of the materials that you so generously donate to us. And also now, apparently, for recording internet videos. Recently, I was able to talk with a couple members of the Friends Board, President Marie Cooper and Trustee Mary Gestenberger, about the Friends, what they do, how other people can get involved if they're interested in being part of the Friends and helping out the library, and what's coming up in the year ahead. Would you mind telling us, to start, what your history with libraries is, with the Roseville Library?
Mainly, I've been a high school English teacher. I just retired. So I've had a lot of experience with libraries through my work. It's been a very important part of teaching, and my association with librarians has been very long just through that venue. When I was a kid, the public library was really, really important to me. My mom used to take me and my brother and sisters there once a week to check out books. And I read books from a very early age. My biggest fear when I would go to the library was that I would get to the end of a shelf. And it was always a surprise to me, like, oh, there's another shelf. I can check out more books. I'm not going to run out. So I had a lot of experience as a kid reading, something that filled in a lot of the gaps for me as a kid. And my mom, when I was little, she was a Girl Scout leader. So one of the things that we always did was crafts. So our Girl Scout meetings always had crafts. And she noticed that the library, lo and behold, had activities like crafts, jewelry making, and origami, and Christmas activities where you produce an ornament. So she'd ask me if I wanted to go with her. Well, there's not a lot that two senior gals can do together just for fun. And this was a way for me to spend time with my mom in a lovely setting with like-minded people. And we would just have a good time doing a craft and talking and getting to know the neighbors and other community members from the area. So I would say the main reason I got involved with Friends was kind of as a thank you to them for giving me an opportunity to have something that I could do with my mom, who was a senior lady, and it was a safe and friendly environment.
Oh, well, I'm pretty much a lifelong resident of Roseville. And, we moved here when I was 2 and just started going to the library. But Mom was really big on the importance of reading and books and getting us to the library. And so I just kind of grew up knowing it was valuable. And in high school, I joined student librarians, and I was president of the student librarians for a while. And the library and the books have just always interested me. So being here, I just live a few blocks from the library. I have a daughter and grandchildren. We all go over there, a few times every month or so, just to get a pile of books out, and kids love it too. So it's always been there for me.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool, and I think that's a lot of people seem to have that lifelong relationship with the library. What drew you to the Friends? When did you decide to join?
Well, I've known about the Friends for a while, but, I always kind of hesitate to join because I've been involved in a number of groups. But a good friend mentioned that they needed some membership and help with the board and different things. And it was like, I take advantage of the library. I should be more supportive of it. So I joined the Friends and ended up on the board, and now I'm a trustee. So, but it's really been nice too. A lot of nice people work with the library.
But once I retired, I thought something will come up that really will be meaningful for me. And the thing that happened was I got a letter from Jackie Harvey, who's the director of the library, inviting me to come and sit in on a board meeting for the Friends, which I really didn't understand what the group was about or what they did or anything. But I thought, hey, the library did a lot for me when I was young and throughout my life. So maybe this is a chance to give back. So I went to the board meeting that she invited me to and started becoming involved with the group.
So I think probably a lot of people have heard of the Friends of the Library and see the logo on things and stuff, but may not necessarily know what the Friends do exactly. So could you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, the Friends is really there to support the library and its different activities and programming. We do fundraising to help supplement some of the costs that the library has. So there's fundraisers. We do a book sale that benefits both people trying to get rid of all their extra old books, as well as people trying to get a good price on some nice books, and the money goes to help support the library. So we do a number of different things in just trying to promote the library, make people aware of all of its benefits, and then provide funds where we can to help the library.
Is there a particular action of the Friends that you think is like the most important? I mean, is it fundraising or just like getting the word out about the library to the community? Or
Well, I've been thinking about that, and it's kind of like there's a couple of important parts to it. It's basically just supporting the library. I think it's really important that we promote the use of the library, that people are aware that, some of their tax dollars goes to that library, and there's a lot of benefits, and there's more than just books there. There's a lot of assistance with other things that people should be aware of. And the other part is the fundraising, because, budgets can only cover so much. And when there's extra things you'd like to do and to provide for your children or your youth, then sometimes, it's nice to step up to the plate, and that fundraising kind of helps so that we can continue to provide activities and other benefits to the community.
What we've done in most of our meetings is make decisions about how to donate money towards gifting to the library and for the programs. So fundraising is, in my view, the number one thing that I've been involved with is the fundraising part. And then when I go to the meetings, Jackie, the director, will tell us, here's where the needs are that we have right now that the Friends could help us with. And she'll explain, we need some bike racks for the youngsters who come to the library. Or she asked about when the legislation was passed that third graders had to reach a certain level of competency for reading. She said the library doesn't have enough books at that grade level and younger for us to really supply parents with what they need to help their kids at home. We would like the Friends to donate to purchase books for the children's library. So we approved those purchases. So we fundraise, and then we turn around and deliberate about where that money should go and how the library could best benefit from those donations.
Is there an activity or a program recently or since you've been involved that you've been especially proud of or really enjoyed doing?
And probably what I'm most proud of is that in spite of COVID, the board decided to go ahead with an outdoor book sale. So back in October, we put on this book sale where we haul all of the used books that are for sale up from the basement and set them all up under the entrance, at the entrance to the library. And we put out the books and put out the tables, and it ended up being a beautiful sunny day. And loads of people showed up, and it was socially distant, and everybody was wearing their masks. And since it was outside, people felt comfortable to come and pick up the books, bring them over. And we sold many, many books and raised money. The money that we raised from the book sale, again, goes right back into funding activities. And the expressions of request from the library that we get. So I'm really proud that I was able to be a part of something that, in spite of COVID, we found a way to do something for the community as well as continue to raise money for the library.
Oh gosh, I enjoy just about everything, and I was out of town for several months, so I didn't get to help participate with the trick or treat or the virtual lighting. The last thing I really actually got to participate in and really enjoyed doing was when they had the murder mystery, and I got to be one of the characters, and it was nice because you got to meet other people in the community and just have a fun evening, and within the context of the library. So it was really nice. I enjoyed that. But I think I enjoy every activity.
We took on the roles of the suspects who were, and we acted out these plot lines that were given to us, and the community members who came got to come in and question us, and we dressed up in costume. And their goal was to try to figure out which one of us was the one who committed the murder. And it was the most fun that I've had in a long time. And the people who came, you could just see the look on their faces that they were enjoying questioning us and getting into the role of interrogating and looking for the clues in the library. So in terms of a really fun activity that I was very nervous about it. I thought, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to make any mistakes. But it was once I got started and got my feet wet, which is what I would encourage anybody to do as far as becoming a member of Friends. It seems a little intimidating, but it's so much fun and the people are so great. You just can't appreciate it until you actually show up and do some things together.
It's been a strange year. It's presented a lot of new challenges that we never even thought about before. Has it changed the role that you play as a member of the Friends? Has it made it harder to fulfill that job?
In some ways, like the fundraising is definitely more difficult because, in the past it was things people could come to or participate in. And now it's virtual online. It's a whole new way of trying to create the support financially that we would like to provide. But people are getting creative. The board is, trying to find ways we can be supportive and come up with ideas. So it's made it a little more difficult, but it really hasn't changed the role or the things we should be doing.
I've been on board of directors prior to this one, and I've been a person who has run meetings before. I've been around a long time and had leadership roles in the past, but all of a sudden, here I am at a board meeting, and we're having to do our meetings via Zoom. And it wasn't anything that I'd ever done before, so I had to learn something new, and I was appreciating the fact that technology afforded us the opportunity to continue our work. So we have quarterly meetings, which we do over Zoom. We've had to table a lot of the things that we had planned. Number one, the fundraisers that we were planning, we've had to put those on hold. But the ideas keep flowing. So when we get together and talk, we're ready to hit the ground running once we have things opened up. So it's very hard, I think, on the community to have the limited access to the activities and the things that the Friends provide, but it's coming back.
So if there's anybody out there watching this who maybe they are interested in joining the Friends, they've thought about it before, or maybe this is the first time they've really been aware of the Friends, what would you tell them to expect, like if they were to join?
It can be as simple as you simply pay a membership due and don't do anything else to you can become a volunteer and help with the activities, help with the used book sales once we can do those again. Like with the virtual bags, when people drove by curbside, maybe you can volunteer and help pass things out. So it's really up to the individual how busy they want to be or how much they want to be involved. Simply joining and having a membership in itself, contributes a few dollars to the fund, and is a benefit to know that people care about the library. It's kind of an expression of your appreciation for what the library provides. So it's important, and I think people should really consider joining the Friends and letting the library and the library staff in particular know how much we appreciate everything you do.
And then those people will get notifications of activities and the announcements about what the Friends are doing. It kind of opens up lines of communication once you become a member. And like me, I had no idea that the library was doing more than just lending books. And all of a sudden, I'm in a place where I've got lots of opportunities to do things that are interesting and fun. That kind of brought us together. So getting involved would mean having a line of communication that opens up. And then what we would really, really like is for all the members to come to the meetings. So we have board meetings quarterly, and coming to a board meeting would be a wonderful way to get involved. And all of our Friends members are invited to come and sit in on the board meetings. They don't have to vote, don't have to say a word. They could hear about what the plans are. And like me, as soon as you hear about something that sounds interesting, you can say, you know what, I'd like to serve on that committee. I'd like to help out and learn how to be a little bit more involved. And once you come and participate in a meeting, then that opens up lots of opportunities to become more active and get to know some really fine people.
And I guess the last question I have is there anything else about the Friends you'd like to share? Anything you can tell us about plans coming up for 2021?
Well, I would suggest if people want to really know more about the Friends, since we're all getting into using the computers now, if we go to the library website at rosevillelibrary.org, I know on my computer you can go to the I think it's communications heading, and when you scroll down, there's a place where it says Friends of the Library, and you can get a lot more information, about what's going on, what our purpose is. You can connect to a application form, and you just have to print it off, and you can check what type of membership you want, because it's like $10 for students and seniors over 60, and then $15 for like a family, and it goes up. So you can decide how you'd like to participate and support, print that off, and just mail it to the library, or to the Friends of the Library, care of the library. It's all the information is right there. And the library is really good about keeping their calendar of events, and, we want to be supportive of those. So I would want people to know we have a good connection to our library, and they really should make use of it to see what's going on and keep in touch with the activities and ways that they can be involved.
We're going to do book sales, and we have one scheduled for April. I think it's going to be postponed. Our book sales come up several times a year, so I'd ask our viewers to pay attention to when they see the opportunity to come by and look at the books that we have for sale, because that, even without being a member of the Friends, provides funds for the group to do to give support to the library. A lot of the things that we've got planned are on hold, so I don't really know that I can tell you that there's a lot going to be happening in 2021 until the restrictions are lifted for the COVID-19.
Right.
Oh, I thought of one more thing. If
sure.
People tend to, like Google to find a location, and they Google Roseville Library or Friends of the Roseville Library, they need to make sure they add Michigan, because there's a Roseville, California, and it will come up first. So be careful to add the word Michigan when you are looking for information in the Roseville Library.
We've gotten on the reference desk, we've gotten calls for Roseville, California, Roseville, Minnesota, all at different times.
I believe it.
Yes, that's very important. Make sure it's Roseville, Michigan.
Yes.
And once again, I would like to thank both Marie Cooper and Mary Gestenberger for taking the time to talk to me. I hope you enjoyed hearing what they have to say about the library and the Friends and all that stuff. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.